Hey, it has been. What a week it's been. Let's see who we've got in here so far. Holy smokes, that live chat's big. Got Bill Saflarski, John Salmonson, Josh Leach, Robert Daigle, Mike, Lake Ontario Firewood. I tried calling you, buddy. You didn't answer. Give me a call sometime tomorrow, would you? Jacqueline Dower, Sherry Miller, Wise Choice. Holy smokes, you guys. Tim Poor. He's finally awake. You're not going to fall asleep in the chair, are you, Timmy? Old Guy Firewood. Benny. Sherry Miller. Rob outside in the 515. There's my cheeseburger buddy right there. We'll talk about that in a minute, too. Clarence Dobson. We'll see you when you get home, Clarence. No worries. Craig, you must know that we're going to have a little bit of a show here. That you're going to want that popcorn. Well, my day did not go as planned, Bill, and we'll talk about that in a minute, too. But a plan is all subject to change. Speedy, good evening. I called you yesterday, Mike. Down East Tree. How we doing, Mr. Williams? Dennis Rexford. Jason Yadkin Valley Outdoors. Chuck Basso. Man, you guys are all piling in here. I'm way behind on the chat. Everyone loves cheeseburgers. That's right. Ted Miller. Dan's House of Smoke. Scott McCain. John Trotter. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Brandon Hode. Good morning to you too, buddy. Randy Etheridge. All right, we're caught up. So, first, before we get into anything fun, we lost somebody in the Woodhound community. Larry Hodddle has passed away from his illness. So, for those of you that knew Larry and Robin, I had the pleasure of meeting them. Really, really, really great people. Sad to see that Larry is gone. So please keep Robin and the rest of the family in your prayers, and take some time to spend with the people that you love, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. And that's, that's the rough reality of what it is. I look at that every day with Gramp being almost 80 years old now. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. So I'll take every day sweating in the woodyard with him that I can get. So I know that there are some funeral arrangements made. I'm not sure. I had the text message, but I can't find it while I'm on the live. But we'll pass any and all of that information along as we can. Larry was a really, really great guy. He liked watching Gramp do his thing, and he would always comment on our videos. And when he started to get sick, those comments kind of went away. So may he rest in peace. And I guess the silver lining is it's not that he's gone forever, it's until we meet again. So I'm sure there's all kinds of firewood and stuff to do up there. So when we get up there, we'll all have one great big reunion of Woodhounds, and it'll be one of the best things that we could have ever asked for. So there you go. There's that. We got that out of the way, because that was a very important thing that needed to be passed along. Dick from Old Guy Firewood relayed that message along, and just wanted to make sure that everybody heard that may have not heard already. So again, prayers for the Hodddle family, and hopefully this transition will be good. So let's see here. I missed a bunch of comments while we were going through that. So let's see who's here. Oh boy. Randy Etheridge, good evening. Jacqueline Dower. Robert Cunningham's here. Daniel Atkins, good evening. Yes, may Larry rest in peace for sure. So Daniel's here. If anybody has a complaint or anything like that, send it to Daniel, or you can send it to me, and we'll talk about that in just a minute too. It's been a fun day, guys. It's been a fun week. My wife has a complaint. What's your complaint?
We both work too much.
She says we work too much. I have a solution for that. We just work less. I'm okay with working less. Somebody on the other side of the doorway has a hard time with working less. No, an acre is not that much. You're absolutely right, Brandon. But an acre is about 10 times more than what we have. So for those of you that saw my post, I did a short. Our new wood yard is completely stumped out. It's cleared. They're graveling in. Hopefully by the very first of next week, we're going to have a whole acre flat gravel pad that's an open and blank canvas with 36 acres behind it that we can expand to if we need to. So we've got room now, and it's going to be really, really, really nice. I've got some plans in the works, and I'll show you guys when we first start laying the first few loads in the yard. I know how we're going to be able to make Gramp as efficient as possible and the splitter as efficient as possible at the same time. So it's going to be really, really nice. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. So yeah, down east, you're absolutely right. He said an acre is a lot if you know how to use it. We've been working in a 50 by 120 area for the last, I don't know, 13 years. So I am so excited. You will not hear me complain one bit. The only issue that we are going to have and that we may have for a problem is come springtime, the ground that we're on is very soft. It could get interesting. So we're gonna see how that goes. Sherry Miller said, Russ, they say more is better, but I don't know if that applies to work, though. It might be saws, wood, and pew-pews. I think that applies to all of those things. And like Dick said, it's not work if you're having fun. I don't view what I do as work. I really don't. Even on the bad days, it's still way better than any day I had doing work for somebody else. I love what I do. And I think the biggest thing is just time. You know, we only have so much time, and our time is what we really want to utilize as best as possible. So it's one of those things where you got to find that work-life balance, and that's what really gets hard, because you want more money, you want to expand, you want to grow businesses, but at the same point in time, you want to do things, you want to spend time with family and friends, and that costs money, and that, you know, takes time away from businesses. So you got to find that balance. I'm getting there. I'm there already. We're working on it with my wife. I'm happy with what I have. I'm happy with the way it's going right now. So it's really, really nice. Yeah, Tim needs some of that geotextile fabric that I put in my yard. So he gets some serious mud when it gets wet at his place. And honestly, if we had not put fabric down in the yard that we're in right now, absolutely never would have gotten in and out of there with trucks, that's for sure. Kevin Violet, K-Train's here. So somebody was saying that a load of that gravel would be $1,000 to $1,200. So if I told you that $100 a load for one of those dump truck loads, that would be pretty good, because that's what we're paying right now. The pit is, I don't know, 10 miles from the house. And that's their price truck to me. So not bad. We'll take it. It's a lot of loads though. They're still tallying. They're still doing what they need to figure out how many loads it's going to be, but it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. So we'll go from there. But I said, if you had a complaint, you could send it to the SOL department, to Daniel Atkins, or you could send it to me. I'm starting to get a little fed up with some of the comments online. One, they're picking on Gramp. Don't pick on Gramp. Gramp will take care of himself, but I promise I'll take care of him first before you get to him. Two, they're picking on me, and, you know, they're always, oh, you're one cheeseburger away from a heart attack, or maybe if you laid off the donuts, you could keep up with the old man. Well, I'll tell you right now, I will invite anybody. I don't care who it is. You can come up and work in the wood yard beside me. You do firewood with me all day. You hold pace with me all day. And we'll do my little bit every day. We'll see what happens. You know, there's a difference between a soft man and a good man. I'd like to think I'm a good man and not a soft man. I can only be pushed so far, and then it's not fun anymore. So those people, they just go away. Gone now. Not dealing with them. Chris calls them turds. Chris in the woodyard. We get rid of them. So we're gonna we're gonna have fun. But I'll tell you right now, Gramp is probably the nicest guy that you will ever meet now. When I was growing up, Gramp had one of the shortest fuses I've ever seen on anybody. And when it came to family, there was nobody in this world going to put a hand on, hurt, or do anything to his family. I I can tell you right now, he was a mean man back then. And he may be 80 years old now, but if you hooked onto him, he would surprise you. I haven't tried it, and I don't want to, because old men fight dirty. They fight to win. That's the first thing they tell you, is they don't fight fair. They fight to win. So it's one of those deals where I only look big and fluffy on camera. These aren't small hands, and if I get them on you, it's all over. That's all I need, is to get one hand on you. But I've invited them to the woodyard. I invited a couple of guys to the woodyard, and they stopped responding and stopped texting. One of them blocked me. It's just one of those deals, you know. I can only take so much. I try to be pretty nice and positive about it, but yeah, it just doesn't work that way. So it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. No, I can't keep up with the conveyor that Heath was using, that's for sure. Holy smokes, that thing launches wood. I mean, launches wood. So when people see me pick up wood on camera, they're like, oh, that's little. My hand from the tip of my thumb to my pinky is 11.5 inches. That's a big hand. It's not small. And Gramp, surprisingly, Gramp has bigger fingers and his hand is wider. His whole hand is just bigger around. It's crazy. So, I was taking some of the SOL department for sure, Daniel. This week, I think, no joke, I've had 50 to 75 comments that I would say were just either flat out rude or somebody needed to get smacked in the mouth. And that's the problem with hiding behind a keyboard in modern day society. Everybody gets real comfortable sitting on the other side of the screen voicing their opinion. I'll tell you right now, come say it to me and we'll figure out who's right and who's wrong. That's it. And that's going to be the new motto. It's just, I don't know. I tried to be good about it for a while, but man, oh man. Yep, Tim Poor. I got a friend that lives up the road. He was the same way. We weren't allowed in any of the bars in town for a long time when I was a kid. But it's one of those deals. For a long time, it was really good. I mean, when we first started, I had a few kind of off-color comments. Not bad. But the last week or so, for whatever reason, it's really ramped up and taken off. And I'll tell you, I have no tolerance for it. That's okay. We'll deal with it as we go. But it was on Facebook. It was not on YouTube. They were all on Facebook. So Facebook is kind of a little more rough around the edges. It used to be that TikTok was that way. TikTok used to be terrible. When I started TikTok, it was bad. But now it seems to be Facebook. I had somebody tell me that the old man was going to cut himself in half. He needed to hang the saw up because he's dangerous. And I kind of grinned. I thought, you don't know what dangerous is. That man's probably got a better grip on that chainsaw with 2 fingers than most people have with 2 hands. He's been running them for a long, long time, and I won't be the one to take him away from him. That's for sure. So it's one of those deals where we're just gonna roll with it and see what happens. 902, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Firewood Adventures, Kenny, how's the weather up in Canada, brother? Are you guys in a burn ban too? I saw Jeff Hogue, the log father. He said they got a burn ban going on up there, and he's wondering if he's going to be able to get firewood in. Tim, Sarah, and the gang, how you doing, guys? Oh, I try to ignore them. I really do. But there's 2 things you don't mess with in my life, and that's my family and my food. You mess with either of the 2 of those, and boy, oh boy, oh boy, it's not going to be a good outcome for anybody. I can tell you that right now. Drought, bad one, not allowed in the woods. Yep, that's what I'm hearing. So that's too bad. So if you run out of things to do up there and you need some wood to cut, Kenny, we're going to try to fill that new wood yard full of wood. You come on down, brother. We'll have some burgers and some beers, and we'll cut some wood. 18.8 on the all wood with the table. Down east keeps going up. We're getting close. I'll tell you right now. That's close. Vic, how we doing, buddy? Good to see you. I don't know who started the fire in Canada, Dennis, but I get a lot of the smoke down here, that's for sure. Mick, that's a hard one. Family before food. It's always family before food. I can eat after I take care of family. But it's I was raised to take care of your own. And family doesn't have to be blood. I can tell you that right now, because Kevin, I said it in a video earlier this week, Kevin is not blood, but he's a brother. I view Kevin as a brother 110%. And if anybody ever wanted to mess with Kevin, they got to get through me first. That's all there is to it. Working with firewood is a lot better than any other workout in a gym. That's how Grant and Kevin, yourself, from the years of hard... Well, that's the whole thing. So, Charles, you're absolutely right. Working in the woodyard like that, your body gets used to those movements. And if I find 3 or 4 days that I'm not doing my normal routine, it really starts to mess with me, because I am used to that routine. We're creatures of habit. So we want to do what our routine is, and we get set in that routine. I really, really like to have a routine and go to it. Oh, Kevin is everybody's buddy for sure. And if he's not everybody's buddy, Tim, you and I, we're going to take care of him. That's all there is to it. Yeah, the smog has been so bad in the evening when the sun goes down and the moon comes up. The color is just absolutely crazy. Ooh, 902 and Kenny are coming down. All right, sounds good, guys. Beth, how you doing? Good evening. You'd make it back. You'd be okay. Yep, down east, you're absolutely right. So if you get away from your routine, you start to get stiff. And that's what I find is after a few days of not doing it, like when we go to the show and we go to Boonville, New York, by the time I get back the first couple of days, everything's just going to feel tight and stiff. So the routine is nice. I really, really like it. So it's, I enjoy that routine, even though it's hard work. People say, oh, you're going to wear your body out. You're going to wish you hadn't done that. I'll tell you right now, it's just, I don't know. I enjoy the hard physical work of firewood. Even when I run the processor, I went and ran the processor at John's house today. I don't know. I really, really enjoy the physical aspect of firewood. It's, for me, I enjoy it. That's all there is to it. Yeah, every day down is 2 days to make up, says Mark, and that's about right. I mean, it really is. It takes a good couple of weeks to get in the routine and get everything going. That first week is a killer. And then once that week goes and you keep going, it gets easier and it gets easier and it gets easier. The other day we did 7 full cord of firewood in a day. Kevin and I did 4 cord, and then I did 3 cord by myself after that. It's one of those deals where you got to get into that routine. You got to get into that routine, and it makes everything so much nicer to have that routine. So I've got a routine, and I said we were only going to do videos 3 days a week, guys. I found a new, I don't know, appreciation or a new vigor, I guess, for YouTube, I guess, for lack of better terms. I really enjoy the videos every day. I do. So I think I've found a way to make that happen and to make it work. So we're going to try it. I've got a plan. And I've actually got, hang on. I've actually got a notebook. And in this notebook, I have my plans for what we're going to do, what days, and how we do it, and when. it's going to be really, really cool to see how everything works out. I think I'm a detail-oriented list. Check the box. Men's mental health is something that's very big to me. There will be at least 2 men's mental health shorts and 1 piece of men's mental health in every single week worth of content. So it's going to be really cool to see how all that comes together. But I want to do videos every day. I said I wasn't going to. We've got time. So it's, yeah, it'll be pretty good. So I just saw somebody mention stickers, and it was Josh Leach. I want to show you guys Josh and Janice Leach from Islesboro, Maine. They do a bunch of my merchandise stuff for me, and they have a business called Distinctively Yours LLC. Guys, check out the new God, Guns, and Sawdust podcast stickers. Look at that. Huh? That is awesome. Locally made, locally sourced. Absolutely awesome. These are going to be for sale. They're going to be, I think, $2 a piece. We'll have them at all the shows. We'll have them available to mail. I don't normally charge for my channel stickers and stuff like that, but this is what's going to give us the money that we need to keep traveling and to go to all of the events and do the things that we need to do. Can you grab me a couple of bottles of water when you get a minute? Sure. Thank you. And it's just going to be all of the things to start the whole puzzle going. So when we go to the shows, they're going to have them in Pennsylvania at the Farm and Ag Days. We're going to have them in Boonville, and we're going to do all kinds of different stuff. So when we're in Indiana, we recorded 5 episodes and did a live. So when we go to Boonville, we will have, thank you. We will have 1 live episode, and our guest on that live episode is going to be none other than Mr. Andrew Easton from Easton Made Log Splitters and Firewood Processors. So every month, every single month, we're going to have 1 live episode. That live episode will more than likely have a guest. And during that live episode, we will have an open question and answers portion so that we can take care of all of that stuff. Oh, hang on. I got lost in the comments here. I was trying to follow along and I got lost, guys. I got talking too much. A bunch of people said bring stickers to Boonville. We can do that, no problem. And Robert Daigle actually has the first God, Guns, and Sawdust sticker, and his is on his splitter already, so thank you very much for that, Robert. Brian Shotliff, how you doing? John Solmonson, we'll get you caught up, buddy. Don't worry about it. Working on a new video of an Easton made my friend got. Oh, so Vic's got an Easton made in his area. That's cool. BGW Enterprise, I believe sometime in September is when they start taking requests for spaces for the Oregon Loggers Conference. You're absolutely right. It's September 15th, in case you were wondering. We'll see you. So I watched a video, Outdoor with the Morgans, Uncle V, and Andrew Easton was saying that he sold, or they've taken order for over 30 of the Evos right now at this point. If that's the case, that is a fantastic feat in sales for sure. That's a really, really big chunk of equipment to sell in a short period of time, so good on them. They made an excellent machine. The performance of the machine speaks for itself. I've yet to run one myself, but I've watched plenty of videos. Trust me, I've had my eye on it. Very interesting machine. So Boonville is the weekend of the 16th of August. So it's the 15th, 16th, and 17th in Boonville. The Evo fits a lot of people's needs. One of the things that I noticed with the Evo is I'm not a huge fan of how far the wood drops from the cut to the split chamber. That seems like a really big drop, but man, they're quick. Man, they really crank out the firewood. It's really, really cool. Excellent machine. They hit a home run with it for sure. Slevin, thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate you. We're excited for this new chapter too. It's really starting to get real. Once the firewood is gone from this location and we start having everything over there, it's really going to take on a whole new meaning. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot more room than what we ever had. We're going to have room for the sawmill and a permanent location for the sawmill and all that stuff. So it's going to be pretty interesting. No, we have not sold the house. We've had plenty of people, excuse me, plenty of people stop. Nothing in concrete yet. We've got 2 people that really, really, really want it. They're trying to get their finances and stuff situated and lined up. It's just not working for them. So we're we're in limbo. We're bouncing back and forth. I'm really trying to get a certain smaller statured guy that you see on a lot of my videos situated right here. So it's going to be interesting. I'm hoping the stand stays here, Tim. So I've told everybody that has looked at the house this far, if they keep the stands, I will build a very nice painted decorative stand with a roof and all of that stuff. So they'll be nice and neat, and I will supply them with their firewood for free for as long as those racks stay there. So hopefully that keeps them here. But if not, we've got a location a quarter mile up the road this way or a quarter mile up the road that way that they can get moved to, and we'll give them the same deal. But ideally, I'd like them to stay here. Somebody asked if Richard will stay in the same school district. Yes, he will. Richard will stay in the same school district. So we'll get he'll be able to stay where he's at. Logger Jason, how you doing, buddy? Robert Daigle, there are no bugs right now. If you come back in May, it's not bugs, it's a swarm. It's absolutely atrocious early in the spring. Right now, things are dried up, so there are not very many bugs, but we will have propane bug magnets or something. We will have to, because there's no other way. There's sassy Foothill Firewood right there. How you doing, Brett? Good to see you, buddy. William Klein, how you doing? I didn't see you pop in. So I enjoy Britt's videos. I think Britt should be called Professor Wood. I think he should be the wood professor for the woodhound community. He geeks into that wood science real hard. So I think he'd be an excellent one to do that. I think I think that's a perfect fit for him. I really, really like it. He needs a lab coat and a clipboard. That would really make it professional. So you're up, Brett. Robert doesn't want to be there in May when the bugs are bad. I don't blame you at all. I do not blame you at all. The other thing I got from Josh Leach and his wife Janice is a whole bunch more Willey's Firewood stickers. So we'll have those in Boonville when we go to Boonville too. We'll have a bunch of that stuff. I used to give stickers away for free. Well, I'll still have a bunch that I'll give free. I like to give them to kids for free. But as far as people go, I like to charge a little bit for them. I've got a good amount of money in stickers and merchandise. So I'll always give a little kid something, because it's important to encourage the youth to do this job that we're doing. There's not enough youth involved in this stuff. And anything that I can do to get a young kid, a young girl, or a young boy interested in forestry, firewood, sawmilling, any of that stuff, that's our jobs as stewards and as woodhounds, to encourage them to pursue this stuff. Anytime a kid wants to run a piece of equipment or anything like that, you can bet that I will do whatever I can to make sure that they're at least able to attempt to run whatever they want to run. Vic, you just asked if Saw Supplier's code is active. It is active all the time, brother. And the code is Willey10 on Saw Supplier. And Josh Leach just put it right there. So Willey10 will save you 10%. Echo, Husky, and Steel gas chainsaws, backpack blowers, and trimmers. Absolutely fantastic company to work with. Cannot say enough good about them. Really enjoy Saw Suppliers. They do an excellent job. Jason's a wanted man. Phone keeps ringing. So weight loss had stopped a little bit. We're back down again. We're headed down. So we're doing good. 372s, 3 series saws are going to stay for the time being. For the time being, 3 series saws are staying at least until the end of the year. But if you're looking for 372, 365, 395, all those 3 series saws, sawsupplier.com has them. They're there. They're available. Shipping is nice and quick. They're easy to deal with. You won't be disappointed. Yep, they're X-Torque, Brandon. They are. They're the newer series saws. They're not the original 372s and 365s. Yep, Daniel Atkins, you're absolutely right. Being encouraging and anything positive is good for everybody. It's absolutely right. And always smile at a little kid. My grandmother used to tell me that. And I find myself doing it more and more and more. I will always smile at a little kid. Firewood in the field. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Appreciate you jumping in, even if it's just for a few minutes. We appreciate it. So yeah, it's that's one of my goals, is to get kids more interested into forestry, firewood, you know, whatever it is. I think every little boy at some point in time in their life has too much energy and not enough place to focus it. It would be a really nice place to focus it into the logging and forestry and firewood community, because that community needs that youth. We do not have a lot of youth right now. So it's so the show in Pennsylvania is right where the last show was, Speedy. It's in Furnace, PA again. Farm and Ag Progress Days is what the show is called. And I believe it runs Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week. So 3-day show. So Farm and Ag Progress Days, Furnace, PA, Penn State. That is where that show in Pennsylvania is. Old timer on my part says firewood is dying. Young ones don't want the work involved. That's absolutely right. Young ones do not want the work involved. That's for sure. Uh-oh. Tim said he ordered steel clones to try one. 50-day delivery. Yeah, they must be coming with a homing pigeon, that's for sure. Anyone ever had a chain that even though it's sharp still won't cut? I'm going to chuck the darn thing. I've had a couple of chains at different times that just did not hold an edge. Yeah, it's sometimes it can be frustrating. With those chains, if you have an electric grinder, use the grinder. Reset an edge on them. Take all the teeth back, reset an edge on them, and see what that does for you. Oh, Robert Daigle needs a load of something for the driveway. We could probably do that when I come down to get some wood. And Britt from Foothills Firewood is sending a reminder. Wood for Warriors in Hickory, North Carolina is Labor Day weekend, and Hope is 2 weeks after that, and Bunyan 2 weeks after that. Holy smokes, that's a lot of traveling in a short period of time. Whew. Oh man. Oh, I'm not built for that much seat time. Really disappointed can't make it Hickory. Sounds like a great time. All of the Woodhound events are a good time. All of them are. I found a 19-year-old on YouTube doing firewood. Channel is called Tucker's Timbers. Pretty cool channel. Well, I am going to write that down right now in my notebook, because if he's a 19-year-old kid and he's serious and he's trying to do this, I want to support him however I can. So thank you very much for bringing that up. Tucker's Timbers. Perfect. I like it. Oh, let's see where we are now. Don't count the weeks, make the weeks count. I think this week, if we get everything done, we'll have 20 cord delivered this week. I'm making the week count all right. I think maybe we can do a little bit more. We'll see. Ever been to Idaho? Yes, I have been to Idaho. We went to Grand Teton National Park. We did Yellowstone in Montana. And we took a big loop down through and rode through some of the old rolling fields and mountains in Idaho. Very, very beautiful country. Very beautiful country. James Lacey, how you doing? Clarence Dobson's back. There you go. Yeah, we hit 5,500. The channel has really slowed down with growth, but we're at that point now where we're in between the little guys and the big guys. And I don't do a whole lot of flashy. This is what you get, guys. This is it. If you're okay with that, I'm okay with that. But we don't do a whole lot of flashy here. Oh, let's see. There's another Ozark something 17 years old. I'll have to take a look for that too. Oh, there you go. Daniel Atkins has a link to Tucker's channel right there. So anybody that wants to check out Tucker Timber, Tucker's Timbers, that's a tongue twister. Daniel's got that right there for you. So that's pretty cool. Maybe we can go give him some new subscribers. Yeah, it's getting dry up here too. It's getting dry. I'm struggling to find the positivity in the fact that it's this dry, but I'll take it for right now while we're building and doing what we need to. Tucker's Timbers. Oh, Robert says he's seen Tucker's Timbers and it's good channel. No burn in Nova Scotia. Yeah, you got a burn ban up there. I heard that. Jeff Hogue, the log father, was talking about it in his video today. I hope the weather is good for Boonville. I've heard that Boonville is usually a rained out show. I don't want to spend 3 days in the rain, but we'll see what we can do. So I'm hoping for good weather. So when we go to Boonville, I'm going to spend a couple of days with Cord King and a day with Typhoon. And I'm probably going to take a half a day to go for a walk. And I'm not sure which day yet, but if there's going to be a bunch of you guys there on a certain day and you want to go walk and cause a little hate and discontent together, maybe make some video, do some stuff like that, let's figure something out and let's find a time to get together. 902, wait a minute, your favorite employee had her nails done in the woodyard, totally flashy. She had just gotten them done, and I told her, I said, did you just get your nails done? She goes, I did. I said, you want gloves? No, she said, I'm okay. So they, it is what it is, I guess. Tim, make sure you and Sarah and the gang swing by. I want to make sure I shake all the kids' hands and your hand as well. A lot of you guys only met just briefly in person. It's always good to catch up with any of the Woodhounds. It doesn't matter who it is. We're going to be busy because after the show, we've got to be recording episodes for podcasts and getting all that stuff done. But I will make time to spend some time with everybody. I will be with Cord King. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. Once we get to next week, I'll let you know what days I'm going to be where. I think probably Friday and Sunday with Cord King, Saturday with Typhoon, but we'll see. No, Mike hasn't seen any more beavers. He's gotten rid of them for now. They'll always come back. If they hear water, they'll find it. So it was in the 90s today. We worked really, really, really hard. It's it was not the day I expected. We started cutting with Gramp. Cut with Gramp for a little bit. Moved some cherry logs out of the way for Robert Daigle. Got those situated and scooted out of the way. Loaded up the truck. Went and got my testosterone injection. Went over to Corinth. We filled one trailer. Now I got to tell you, we ran the Cord King today, and we found we were cutting 13-inch firewood with the repeater wedge and that 13-inch firewood. It seems like the shorter the wood, the less trash there is in it from the repeater wedge. And I don't know, that may have just been a fluke. Also, this wood was green. Green wood seems to make a whole lot less slash when you're splitting with the repeater wedge than with the dry. I really was impressed with the way the Cord King ran. It was too hot. I could not get my phone to record. I was really disappointed. It was working really, really, really well. It was a nice, efficient process. The machine was cutting and splitting well. The other thing I'm impressed with is the wood's been fairly clean. We're at like 13 cords right now on the original chain that was on the machine. So that chain has a little over 20 hours on it. It's still cutting just as well as when I first got it. So it's definitely fun. Scott McCain says, remember to make a video of K-Train shopping at the show. Absolutely, we will. We'll give Kevin a credit card, and Kevin's going to go around. We're going to buy Kevin a chainsaw. We want to get him. So I want you guys to remember, Kevin's 110 pounds soaking wet. We need to find him a saw that's, one, powerful enough to be effective, but two, light enough that he's going to be okay with it. So I'm thinking probably somewhere in the 50cc range. Then we're going to let him run it. He's going to get used to it. Once he gets used to it, we need to send it out and get it decked and ported so Kevin's got a hot rod. So we'll definitely have a video of Kevin going around. Maybe we'll send Kevin and Big Rich around to see what's going on. It'll be pretty fun. I think a 501p or a 550, maybe a steel. Who knows? We're going to let Kevin see what Kevin likes. It's going to be up to Kevin. So whatever Kevin decides he likes, that's what he gets. And I'll be okay with it. But we're going to have a video. We're going to send him around. Maybe I'll send the wife with him and Richard and see if they can figure out what's what. Now, if anybody is looking for all wood splitters, right now, the lead times are not too terribly bad. They're finishing up the birch series and the vertical and getting all that stuff sorted and situated right off quick. So if you're looking for an all wood log splitter, now's the time. If you got any questions, give me a shout. We can do whatever we need to do to get you situated and straightened around. Same thing with Cord King machines. Anybody's looking for a Cord King machine of any kind, give me a shout, let me know. We can walk you through any of it. Same thing with Typhoon. So got 3 companies. Cord King, Typhoon, Allwood. No particular order. If anybody needs anything, then we'll have it. I will probably be bringing my muscle wood to Hope. I had thought about towing a firewood processor down too, but it sounds like they've got enough equipment. I like to be different. Nobody else has an all-wood log splitter, so I want to bring the all-wood down. We're going to be running our cord challenge. And when we get our cord challenge set up, I've got the 8-way wedge. We've got a lot of really nice maple in the yard. I am going to send off this wood yard in fashion. We are going to drop our head and we're going to pound a cord of wood through that. And we're going to see what we get. So it's going to be really, really fun to do that cord challenge. We've been waiting. And I know it needs to be done. There's no better way than to send it out of the yard, one last hurried shot, and just let it roll. So we're going to give it our all and see what we get. Throw that 8-way wedge on the old muscle wood and let it eat. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. 2 extra wheels and tires, Ken. Always 2 extra wheels and tires. I have bad luck with tires, guys. I put a lot of miles on my truck. So when I started this whole YouTube show, adventure, whatever it is, you know, traveling, doing all the traveling, I put over 60,000 miles on my pickup in the last year and a half. That's a lot of miles. A lot of miles. So one of the things that I'm doing before we go to Boonville is I've got to get at least one tire for the truck, because I got a tire on the truck that I'm just not pleased with. So we're gonna make sure that we get that swapped and taken care of, and I'll have a spare tire with me. So it's yeah, tires are something that I use a lot of. Yeah. I always bring an impact, a jack, and all the other tools that I need to plug a tire to, and my compressor. I have everything I need so that if we have an issue, I'm not sitting beside the road waiting for AAA or waiting for somebody to come rescue me. I rescue myself. So here's the thing, guys. Nobody's going to help you if you can't help yourself. So I always pack way more tools and stuff than I need, but I'll tell you right now, it's one of those things. You can't ever be prepared enough. I mean, last year when we were going to Hope, our driver's side rear wheel checked out of the equation and headed across 8 lanes of highway. It was not good. So the last set of tires I got were, what do I have on there right now? Goodyears. Goodyear will not go back on. I was not a fan of them. I don't like them. We're going back to Michelin's. Robert Cunningham, I'm putting 16 ply on my dump trailer too. We're going to make a video about that in just a short period. I bought my trailer in March, and it's already to the point that we need to change the tires on it. It's got 10 plies that came on it from the factory. They're soft. They scrub easy. I'm doing square shouldered 16 ply tires on the dump trailer. It just makes them tow so much better. They roll so much better. Any of you guys that have dump trailers, 14 and 16 ply trailers, as far as I'm concerned, are an absolute must. It's just something that you've got to have. The KO2s are good, but man, they're expensive. So that's the same thing with the Goodyear Duratrax. They're really expensive too. If you're going to do a lot of highway traveling, one of the best tires that I've found is a Michelin LTX M&S mud and snow tire. My dad runs them on all his Toyotas. My dad has pavement princesses. They don't leave the hot top very often. He gets 60 to 80,000 miles out of a set of tires. And when he's taking them off, they're still inspectable. So I like Michelin myself. I've always ran Michelin. I've tried to go back and forth with different brands and try different brands. I like the Michelins. I'm a Michelin guy, so that's me, I guess. My trailer tires, I don't believe are balanced. If they are, it's just bead balanced. So you throw a bag of speed beads in there and that balances them. That's why we used to do the heavy truck tires too. The trailer tires is not as big of a deal to have them balanced, but it does help a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. Biggest thing is a good quality square shoulder tire. A good square shoulder tire makes all the difference in the world. No, Michelin's made in Nova Scotia. I did not know that. Well, that's awesome. Old guy Firewood, all he runs is Michelin, see? And that's all Gramp runs too. And you know why? He'll tell you you get what you pay for. And he'll always pay a little bit more and go from there. Now, Stanley Dirt Monkey, he's got a big YouTube channel. And a few years ago, he did a review on a bunch of different types of tires, and he liked those Michelin LTX over any other tire, even for snow plowing. He said overall use for his landscape business and what they were doing with them, those Michelin tires were the best tire that he had run, and that's what he uses on all his. I used to be a BF Goodrich all-terrain fan when I was younger, being one of the cool kids. They don't last, and they're just, I don't think that the tread pattern that's on that BF Goodrich all-terrain is anything to be excited about. I don't. I'm not a fan of it. I've tried them all. I've tried them all. So if you're doing a truck tire, a Michelin LTX M&S. So Ken just said he got over 100,000 on his last set of LTXs. The Michelin LTX tires are a fantastic long-lasting tire. They're not very aggressive, so if you're going to have to get into real nasty terrain and stuff like that, not going to be the best tire for that. But for everyday highway, snow, rain, they're a great tire. They really are. They're really nice. Close to 1,300 for set on Dick's F-150, but he says well worth it. I use Transforce, and Gramp had them on his Ford Super Duties because that's what they came with stock. And he put one set on one of his Super Duties that he had, and then after that he went back to Michelin's. The chop he was getting in the front tires because of the solid front X on the Ford Super Duties went away with the Michelin's. So they were telling him he needed tie rods and ball joints and everything else. Gramps been a heavy equipment mechanic his whole life. He knows if the front end's wrong. So he said, I'm switching tires. He switched to Michelin's. Everything that was wrong with the front end in his truck disappeared with different tires. It was the strangest thing ever. But Gramp was getting pretty fired up and frustrated. And after that, he orders them from the factory with Michelin's. And if they can't get them, he says, just order it with the cheapest thing you have and take them off when you get them here. He said, I'll bring you Michelin's to swap on. So he hasn't bought any new vehicles for a while, but that's besides the point. If we can get this house sold, you guys, I want to surprise him. And I think that when you see the surprise, it'll make everything that I've worked so hard for worth it. So, yep, 10 lug. I don't know if they were 10 lug or 8 lug. Early 2000s F350s. He used to run F350 single rear wheels. So, but the front ends in them, it's just, yeah. Daniel Atkins. Oh, I'll tell you. They say tires on a truck are like ammo on a gun. Yeah, every truck is different on every tire. I would really like for Gramps to get a new old truck, Mike. So Gramps' favorite style Ford, just for all of you guys that are out there. And if somebody happens to come across something when the time is right, then I'll gladly stop and say hey to you when I go get it. But I'm looking for a 95 or 96 F-150 or F-250 regular cab, four-wheel drive, automatic. That was Gramps' favorite truck, and if I could find it in red and white two-tone, that would be even better because that was Gramps' favorite color. That or the blue and white two-tone. Either red and white or blue and white two-tone. Regular cab, four-wheel drive, automatic. Either an F-150 or an F-250. That's his favorite style truck, and I would love nothing more than to find a really nice, clean, rust-free Southern truck, low mileage, and go buy it and hand him the keys and say, here, the company just bought a new truck, drive this. It's something I've wanted to do for a couple of years now. Haven't been financially at the point that I could do it. If we can sell this house, I can do it, and he's worth it. Worth every penny of it. So it'll be fun. So Gramp had a 96 F-150 regular cab, red and white two-tone with a 302, and he sold that and got a Dodge. And after the Dodge, he went to Toyota, and then I think he had a Super Duty mixed in there. He used to swap and trade trucks every 2 or 3 years when he was working at the paper mill. That was one of the things the guys that worked at the mill did. They swapped and traded trucks and boats and cars and all that stuff like it was going out of style. But he always did as much as he could as far as keeping new vehicles and things like that. But he liked that Ford, and he's always been a Ford man. So yeah, PA Trapper, most of that load of wood from the other night's gone already, brother. It doesn't last long around here. I think Gramp may have somehow telepathically heard the video where I said we were going to push to see how quick we could get the wood out of the yard. He came and cut this morning, came back this afternoon and cut again. There's rounds on the ground and ready to go. It's he's on a mission. He is on a mission. We've done 11 cord so far this week. So yeah, it's been cruising. No, not dark green and white. Gramp does not like dark green. Red and white or blue and white. And regular cab, long bed, 4-wheel drive. I call it an old guy truck. Power windows, door locks, cruise, air. That's it. That's all I had back then. That was loaded. An XLT Lariat. So it's that would make me so happy. You guys have no. I don't care what I drive. I don't care. That's what Gramp likes. That's what Gramp needs. And I would love nothing more than to get it for him, bring it over, and I'd put his name right under the window on the door, just like they do the old school trucks. It'd say Gramp right on it. He's worth every penny of whatever that would cost to make it happen. So if we can get this house sold whenever that happens, Gramp's going to get a new old truck. Yeah, inline 6 was a great engine. Absolutely great engine. I had a 306 when I was in high school. That thing was tough as a bag of nails. I mean, that truck was unstoppable. But you're right, 302 sounds a whole lot better with nice exhaust. Gramp doesn't need dual exhaust. Never had any of that. He just likes the V8. But if it had it on it, he wouldn't know any different anyway. So he would enjoy no matter how it came. But I'd really like to have something as close to factory as possible. You know, if anything, a little 2-inch lift with some 31s or something like that, and a set of running boards. But yeah, I've got it in my head what I would like to have, and I just know that red and white or blue and white. Those are the two colors that he always liked. So red and white preferably, blue and white would be my second. So again, another kind of random squirrel brained run around, dash around type of live, but that's just usually how these things work. I've got Gramp also on a short waiting list for the new 3.6. Cat knocked over a bag of cans out there. I got Gramp on a new short list for a 364 Husky. So I've got a couple of different options, hopefully to get him one as quickly as possible. I'd like to be one of the first channels with one if we could get it, because I want to see Gramp put it to work before somebody else gets it and says that it's the best ever. I want Gramp to run a few loads through it and see what happens. Have a good night, William. Appreciate you. Yeah, Craig, I spend at least 20 minutes on Marketplace every day. I have some saved searches where it will list the, yes, 564. Sorry, 902, 564. But yeah, I spend more time than I need to on Marketplace. I usually find a few things here and there. I've been really good. I haven't bought anything lately, so I'm due. I'm working on something right now, and if I can make that work, then we're going to do a new type of firewood delivery. I think he will kill the saw 902, but they're saying that it's not a weak saw, so I think we let him try it and see what happens. If you can find me somewhere to get a 564 overseas BGW, you let me know and I will do it. I'll do it in a heartbeat. So I want to see Gramp put one of these new hot saws in a wood pile, and I want to see that hot saw hold up. That's been our issue all along, is that any of the new saws that we buy, when he really gets after them in the wood pile, he kills them. The Echoes are the only thing that he hasn't really squashed yet. So he loves the 620, and the 620 is a great saw. I mean, is it a little heavy for what it is? Yes, but the saw runs excellent out of the box. It cuts well. It's fuel efficient. Really, really, really nice saws. Brandon asked about gas or diesel. If it's going to be a half ton, it's going to have to be gas. Would like to be a 302. I'd take a 351, but a 302. And if it's a 3/4 ton, I'd do diesel. But I just prefer gas so that he doesn't have to plug it in the winter. But either or, I guess. I want Gramp to have something that he's excited about. You know, he's spent his whole life giving and helping and doing everything for everybody else. I think I think it would be really cool. What Ken just say? Gramps should do an ad campaign for a saw company, kind of like the blonde girl did. Yeah, the only problem with Gramp is he doesn't wear the safety gear, and all of these brands won't promote anybody that's not going to wear safety gear. So if he'd wear safety gear, we could do that, but he's not going to wear the safety gear. And I think that any saw manufacturer, I don't care if it's Echo, Husky, or Steel, any of those saw manufacturers that would give Gramp a saw and tell him, run it, put it through its paces, let us know what you think. It'd probably be one of the best tests that they could get for it. Firewood pile is hard on saws, especially the way that he saws. He just goes straight ahead. The saw does not idle. It's one cut after the other, after the other, after the other, until it's gone. It runs out of gas. He goes back, he refills it, he does it again. Lately, the wood that we've had has been fairly clean. He's running 3 tanks of gas back to back to back. And once he gets those 3 tanks done, he's have a nice day and he leaves. That's it. So it would be really awesome if we could get somebody. So if somebody has somebody that's interested in these or that has a connection with any of these saw companies, let me know. I mean, I'm willing to talk to anybody. I think Gramp would be an excellent opportunity for any of these guys. So yeah, the 372 is getting a little heavy for him. That's the only problem. That's why I'm trying to go to a lighter saw. Gramp's going to be 80 years old. And even though he's strong as an ox still, he's got bad shoulders. His back's bad. His back's been bad for years. You don't know it by watching him cut, but he's pretty sore. And, you know, it's one of those deals where if I can do anything to prolong his being able to cut, it's what he enjoys. And I really do think he enjoys it. He likes the routine just as much as I do, like he was saying, like I was saying earlier. So if we can keep him in the wood pile cutting longer, that's just going to be better for him. It's better for all of us. The amount of comments I get from you guys about Gramp and how he inspires people to do certain things or how they watch for him to be in the videos, it's really cool. Nobody ever says that they're looking for me in a video, but with Kevin and Gramp and everybody, they're always like, hey, you know, it's really awesome watching Kevin do this, or it's really awesome watching Gramp run saw. I am just very thankful that they get recognition for the work that they do. Neither one of them ask for it. Neither one of them expect it. But I can tell you right now, I appreciate it on behalf of them, if nothing else, because they work their ass off for me. And that doesn't go unnoticed at all. And I wouldn't be able to do what I do without them. I've said it time and time again. I am blessed and thankful because I get to work with my hero every day. Not many people get to do that, but I do. Yeah, I don't know any regional sales reps, Ken. You're welcome, Kevin. You're welcome. Like I said, you're the big little brother I never wanted. And I'll stick up for you anytime. Don't you worry. But yeah, I wish I had somebody to record more. I get some comments sometimes for if you put the camera down and worked, you'd get more done. Well, if I had somebody to record, I would work more. I'm not real tech savvy as far as phone mounts or creative mounts to hold things where they need to be. And I understand the technology a little bit. I'm not that great with it. I've had a couple of companies reach out and offer to do some videoing for us. I do have a company that when we get the new woodyard set up, they're going to come do a series of 3 professionally recorded, edited, and mixed videos with sound, lights, music, all the good stuff. And it's going to be one of those hopefully good things for the for the company, but I don't know. We'll see. Rich is at camp fishing. When summer comes, if my parents are at camp, Rich is fishing. I got some pictures. I don't have them with me because they're on my phone. But he caught an 18-inch smallmouth bass by himself a couple of different times, and definitely really cool to see him smiling. That's his favorite thing, is fishing. There's nothing he enjoys more than fishing. So to see him proud that he caught that by himself, absolutely really, really cool. BGW, I know that Empire Workshop, Bodie, he got some steel saws that are not released in the US yet, and he had them shipped from, I think, Russia to him. I don't know about the Husky stuff, and I don't have any contacts. I don't do a lot with saws. I just want to be able to get one of these newer saws over here and give somebody a real, honest to goodness, hard worked opinion of it, because I find a lot of the channels, they don't work the saws hard enough to be able to give the opinion that they're giving of them. I think that, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no, there'll be no makeup. I told them that already. We'll have to deal with the shiny foreheads and stuff like that. There won't be any makeup, but they're gonna work on camera angles and mics, and they've got ways to make video quality and sound quality a whole lot better. So it's gonna be, I don't know. I just think it'll be interesting. I know anytime that I've made videos in the past that I've really spent a lot of time on, I say, yeah, this is great. This is gonna be awesome. They just go, and I'm like, no, there goes a whole bunch of time for nothing. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm interested to see how that works. I mean, I've been trying to use like some AI generated video descriptions with Chat GPT and things like that for my videos, in hopes of picking up some extra subscribers and things like that with some search engine optimization. You see SEO, that's search engine optimization. So using some of that stuff hasn't seemed to do a whole lot. But it's just, I'm trying. I want to grow the channel. I want to continue to grow the channel. I enjoy the Woodhound community 100%. The Woodhound community for me is, you know, one of the best things as far as I'm concerned. So anything I can do to grow this channel and bring more of us together into a group is just, that's kind of my mission. That's what I want. We can do so much more as a group than we can ever do individually. And when you look at these chainsaw events and these all this other stuff, it's, you know, it's interesting to see how it all kind of works and goes together. I've been trying more and more. Yeah, Vic right there. Vic said he had them sent from Ukraine, those steel saws. So Bodie's been doing really good with his saw stuff. I found a new saw builder that was turned on to me from Down East Tree and Family Firewood, Mr. Williams down in North Carolina. Crafterized work saws. I got to give him a call tomorrow. We got a couple of saws I want to send down to him, and I want to see what he can do with them. I'm going to have him make an ugly work saw, and then I'm going to have him make a nasty saw. And they're both going to be the same thing so that we can see the difference between the two. One of them is going to be a play saw. The other one's going to be a work saw. So we're gonna give him a call tomorrow. I got a number for him, and I'd like to see. I've got some other saws that you guys haven't seen yet, and there's a reason that you guys haven't seen them yet. I'm running the saws for an extended period of time first to make sure they hold up. So here's my whole thing with the decked imported saws or any of the new saws, any of that stuff. I don't mind showing you a brand new stock saw out of the box, but I like running those decked imported saws for a while to make sure that the quality, fit, and finish of the work that's done is going to hold up. Once I know that and we've got enough fuel through them, I'll go ahead and let you guys know. The problem is Gramp doesn't like running the decked imported saws. And yes, he's out of Maryland. He says they're too loud. Gramp does not like to wear hearing protection because he likes to hear his saw. So he doesn't like the decked imported saws. I love them. I think they're a hoot. I think they're fun to run. More power, quicker cutting. I like them. but they're not for everybody. A decked imported saw is not for everybody. So, you know, we're going to have some stuff different in the new wood yard, and you guys will see that, and you'll see it as we get it laid out. But we're going to have a chance to do more of that chainsaw related stuff. And it's going to be, I'm just excited. It's going to take probably a year to get everything situated and exactly where we want it and how we want it and all that stuff. But we're gonna plug away, and we're gonna do as much as we can, as quick as we can, and try to get it put together. So it'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, but it seems like all these guys, when they do their muffler mods, they're obnoxious. And Gramp does not like that loud bark of those decked imported saws. So that's one of the things I want to talk to Crafter Eyes about. If he thinks that he can deck import a saw and still keep it manageable sound wise, you know, maybe we'll try something like that. But so far, the 3 saws that I've gotten back, Gramps like, nope, too loud, not running that. And it's too bad. They're nice saws so far. I had an issue with one of them already, and that's being addressed and fixed. That was just an oversight. But again, that's why I don't show these things right off the bat. So it's one of those deals where a little bit all the time. Yeah, well, that's the other thing, BGW. They start hard, and with bad shoulders, he doesn't like the extra compression. I know one of the saws that we got back, it's a handful. It's a great saw. Don't get me wrong. It'll make you grin all over. It cuts like an absolute animal, but it's hard starting. You want to make sure you grab it. Yeah. So a 550, I like a 550, but they're kind of expensive. That's the only thing, Dick. I looked at a 550 and I was thinking about getting one and getting it worked up for Grant, but geesh, they're kind of expensive. I'm cheap. I am. I'm cheap. And the direction we're moving, we're going to need less chainsaws and more bigger equipment. So we've got like 17 or 19 chainsaws between Gramp and I right now. We don't really need any more chainsaws. It's just nice to have new saws to show on the channel and things like that. So that's why if, you know, some of these saw companies wanted somebody to really put a saw to work and demo it and work it hard for a while, send us something for a month or so, and we'll run the snot out of it and send it back, and you know, we'll let you know what we think about it. But you know, we've got plenty of saws right now. Gramp actually blew up one of his 359s. He said he thinks it's a 90, an 89 or a 90. It's it's crazy. No fire sale Russ's chainsaws. Nice try though, Craig. That popcorn must have something good in it. We don't get rid of our stuff very often. But every once in a while, and there may be some fire sale stuff. I know we've talked to a couple of companies, and if we do something, they're going to be up for auction when we're done with them. So if we're able to get this stuff working, then we'll be able to have some new saws on the channel all the time. And when we're done with them, they're going to go up for auction, and they're going to auction right here on these lives or on my Facebook to go somewhere else. So stay tuned for something like that. But tomorrow is going to be a hot day. Time in the Buckeye. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Showing up a little late, but we appreciate you stopping by. That's absolutely crazy. Yeah, there's a laser for sale right there. X-Tool. I thought I was going to have time to use it, and I don't. So if anybody needs a laser, and you're between here in New York or here in Ohio or, you know, anything like that, you let me know. I can bring it to you. It works. I can verify and everything. I have stuff I've made with it, and I'm not very creative, but I made it work. So, but yeah, so I'm going to call it a night at this because I got a long day tomorrow, but I appreciate each and every one of you guys stopping by. I really enjoy our lives. I do. I wish they were a little bit longer, but at the same point in time, we've all got things that we need to do too. But this is a good, you know, midweek and end of the week catch up for us. So appreciate you all stopping by, and everybody, as Craig just said, have fun searching Marketplace and seeing what you can do there. And we will see you guys all Sunday night.